Hey everybody, welcome back to CK3D. I'm Chris with the C. There's another update on my 3D printing adventures and failures and other stuff and whatever I feel like talking about, because that's how YouTube works. Like, if you don't like what's on my YouTube channel, you make your own, put whatever you want on there. It's great. So that's what I'm doing. I didn't like what the other guys are doing with the 3D printers, so I wanted to do my thing, so that's what I'm doing. So a quick update on some stuff I've made. Made this Steelers helmet for my father-in-law. I think he's really going to appreciate it. I think these helmets have shown me that the rivalry between nerds and jocks is gone. Like, every football fan that I've showed this to, showed football Mandalorian helmets to, thinks it's awesome. Every Star Wars fan thinks it's awesome. So, like, I'm trying to bridge the gap between the two warring factions of nerds and jocks. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. Hopefully we can find peace in that ever-evolving battlefield. So yeah, this was pretty standard Mando helmet print. I did upgrade to the AMS, which is the automatic material changing system. So being able to switch filaments as you go is fantastic. So I was able to create this Steelers logo, one print, all color, not having to paint it. Super easy. Formed it, glued it. There's some glue here, but we don't focus on that stuff on this channel. Go to a different channel. So yeah, enjoy that. I wore this one actually to Albuquerque Comic Con, and that was really fun. That was actually my first time wearing something I've made like this in public, and had a lot of fun. I actually just threw the helmet on with like some blue and orange stuff to look like Florida Mandalorian. I was Florida man, but a Mandalorian. And then shout out to my cat. She wants to go outside, but we're not doing that right now. So yeah, also shout out to all the people I met at ABQ Comic Con. If any of you are ever watching this for some reason, special shout out to that kid that we tried to find my channel, but couldn't find it. So he taught me that Google doesn't put me at the top. Even if you Google my name, CK3D, it doesn't come up. So we're gonna have to fix that, Google. Anyway, so the other things that I've been working on this week. Since I did get the AMS, I messed with some things that you can do with that. First thing I tried messing with are the color lithophanes, which I don't know if you can see that effect from where you are. But it is basically, you know, a stack of plastic that uses light passing through the plastic to kind of show the image. And with the colors, it can kind of give you a full color image. I'm not 100% sold on them. I always thought lithophanes are like a cool effect the first time you see it, but not something that people are going to want regularly. And I think that's true of the color ones as well. I think I can get some cool effects if I put some more time into it, but I don't think it's the kind of thing that anybody's really going to, you know, care about in the long term. On the other hand, these bad boys are what's called filament painting, which the difference between this and the lithophanes is the lithophanes have multiple colors on each layer, and they're designed to be utilized with light shining through it to create the effect. Whereas these are basically paintings with filament, and it lays down the plastic one color at a time. So for these, it was 16 layers. So I had it change colors every 4 layers. So the bottom layer was the black, and then the next layer is the blue for the hoodie, and then yellow and white for the bone. And for the amount of plastic that these use, and for the level of difficulty, the results are just incredible. Everyone I've shown these to has just been blown away. I think you can do it in a lot of different ways and functionality. It's really easy to swap colors real quick and then get a bunch of versions of the same dude, which is something that I think is really important for production, being able to make small changes like that to suit people's needs. So I think those are going to be a big thing that I'm going to mess with in the future, get some more colors, and see what else I can produce with those. I also think they're going to make great additions to other prints, like as cosplay pieces. If I were to print this guy with just the skull, like just the head, it would form really nicely there and give a lot of great detail, and I think really take your prints to the next level. So that's what I've been working on. Other things I've been doing, I signed up for membership at Nico Industries, which does a lot of great cosplay and Marvel props. I would say is the bulk of his work. The first thing I printed was the strong hand from Scary Movie. So if you fall off a cliff, save you with my strong hand. But I just thought that was fun. That was a funny movie from my childhood, and the model is just hilarious. But I think that's a great segment of the 3D printing community, is 3D modelers who just share their work online and aren't selling just like the plastic. Because I think that's the big thing we need to get away from, shipping plastic across the world. Speaking of that, Zach, I will ship this helmet to you. That's different. This isn't plastic at this point. This is art. This is art that I created for my friend. It's not the same. Okay, different. But I'm talking about just selling STL files. I think that's a great movement in the community. There's another one that I did that was a Kickstarter for like a table, like a kind of a game table, like a board game table that you can kind of take apart and set up when you need. And the files are fantastic, and I can make any size I want, customize it to my needs. So I think that's something that's really cool, that companies and just individual 3D modelers are doing now. So on top of that, I did waste a bunch of time in plastic trying to make this Thor hammer. So I think this Thor hammer has taught me a bunch of lessons on failure and paying attention to what I'm doing and all kinds of stuff. So let me walk you through this bad boy. Initially, I had just bought 2 full reels of plastic. Could have finished this hammer in less than 1. Ended up wasting both reels of plastic just on this hammer. I didn't change the filament settings when I started this project. I was using the Bamboo Labs filament profile, which goes faster than standard PLA can print, I guess. I guess their stuff's formulated a little differently. Not exactly sure how, but when I was running regular PLA at that speed, it was leaving like little strings and little flecks of plastic popping up from the model that would eventually catch on the tool head, knock the whole thing off the plate, and I threw away probably, 6 or 7 failed hammers at that point. And then on top of that, this hammer was not really the model that I should have used for what I was trying to do. I wanted something to be, you can pick up, throw around. This had a twist together kind of mechanism, like there were threads built into the model, so it printed in 3 pieces and then you screwed it together. The problem with those threads is like the tiny imperfections that 3D printing will generate made it so like the little lines on the handle there didn't line up perfectly. So I kind of over twisted it, broke the handle. Then I was twisting the handle into the head, broke that for the same reason, trying to get it aligned. So then I decided, I'll just take a metal rod with some threading on it and kind of screw it into the model and screw this back together. That kind of worked. If I'd taken some more time and done the hole right and fucking some other things, it would have came out really nicely, but I didn't. I rushed through it. I used the wrong models. I didn't pay attention to the PLA settings, and I wasted a bunch of plastic, and I felt like a failure, and I was upset, and it was all my own fault. So I think that's what this hammer is going to help me to remember, is like, slow down, know what you're doing first, take the time, but also that it's okay to fail. Because like I said, I failed a bunch of times making this hammer, but there's a hammer right here. So it's only a failure if you give up. And I think that's important too. We did start making one of the Demon Slayer swords that my daughter wanted to do, but I don't think this model is really what I want for what we're doing. It's a little undersized and the pieces don't come together well. So I think that I'm going to find a better model, get it out in better quality, and then try to put together these pieces. Will be just like this. If I put a bunch of time into these pieces, it'll be just like this. We'll put a bunch of time and effort into something that just won't come out very good. So back to the drawing board on that one. And then the other thing that I'm gonna work on is I got this fun Simubone filament. Now this stuff is actually really interesting because it is made to simulate bone, not in cosplay, but in the actual medical world. They're not going to replace your arm with this, but what they do is use this for training, like for x-ray techs or, doctors that need to practice screwing screws into bones or whatever they're doing. I've had doctors screw screws into my bones, so yeah, I guess that's what they would do. But yeah, I bought it because I thought it was fun. And I'm going to use it to make a present for a friend of mine. Well, his kid, really. His son got accepted, or I don't know if accepted is the right word. He got awarded a scholarship from the Nobel Peace Prize Committee. But it's in forensics, because that's what he's into. He's into forensics. So I'm going to print the Nobel Peace Prize in bone for him, because I thought that'd be a really cool graduation gift. And I think that's honestly the best thing that you can do with your 3D printers is custom gifts, because you can make things that nobody else can make, and you're going to be the best gift giver at every party. That's why I have a 3D printer, because I just like giving things to people. So speaking of which, moving forward with this channel, I'd like to start giving stuff to subscribers. And the first guy I want to give something to is Greasy McCheese. He was the first person that was like commenting on my second video, commented on the first one, just really nice. And it was a time in my life where I had gone through a pretty traumatic experience. I was lied to about a job opportunity that was very meaningful for me, something I've been dreaming about since I was, a homeless kid without a house. And it was a company that was doing something I was really passionate about, but they weren't completely honest with the opportunity, so I wasn't even in the running before it even started. So that was really frustrating. And I just want to say that I appreciate everybody coming to watch this channel. I know my first video is up to like 1,000 views, which I never thought it would get more than 100. I got 30 subscribers. I never thought I'd get more than 10. So appreciate it, guys. I really do. So shout out to everybody watching this video. I appreciate you. And shout out to Greasy McCheese. I think I'm going to try to filament paint your little monkey profile picture and see how that goes. Hit me up in the comments, and I'll get that sent out to you once I get it done. Don't rush me. This isn't my job. I do this for fun. So if you rush me, I'll get upset, and then maybe I won't even do it. I don't know. Or maybe if you rush me, I'll just get it done, because I have ADHD, and sometimes I need people to rush me, and then I'll get it done faster. So who knows? That's the gamble you have to take when you rush people. Is it going to be good, or is it going to be bad? I don't know. Neither do you. None of us know any of that stuff. But what I do know is that I appreciate you coming by, listening to me talk about 3D prints. If you have any questions in the comments, let me know. I'm just going to try to keep cranking videos up. That's really my goal right now. I don't know where this channel is going or what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm just going to try to be consistent and making at least 2 videos a month. Maybe once I get in the swing of things, I can increase that to like once a week, but that's where I'm at right now. So appreciate everybody coming by, and stay cool. Maybe I'll think of a slogan next time.